Okay, so I just stumbled upon this tool called zfsbackrest, and it claims to provide encrypted backups for ZFS file systems. Have you heard of it?
Wait, so it's specifically about ZFS. That's interesting. I've mostly looked into traditional backup systems, but encrypted ZFS is a cool twist.
Yeah, and here's the kicker. It's built using some Go programming, but it's experimental, which raises a red flag, right?
Absolutely, experimental usually means it's not tested enough. You don't want to rely on it only for critical backups.
Exactly, but at the same time, it sounds like it could fill a nice niche for those who want encryption with ZFS. I wonder about its usability.
Right, it requires age installed for generating encryption keys, which adds complexity. Is encryption even an option, or is it mandatory?
It's mandatory. That's potentially great for security, but what about users who just want quick, no-frills backups?
Good point. It could alienate users without a tech background. So how does one even start using it?
You kick things off by creating a config file, apparently. I mean, it's a bit manual, but ZFS users might appreciate that control.
True, but it does sound like there's a steep learning curve. Configuring it with datasets and expirations could be a nightmare for some.
For sure, and speaking of expirations, that part's fascinating. Child backups expire if the parent expires. It's like a backup family tree.
Oh wow, that's a cool way to visualize that process. But what happens if you mistakenly wipe a parent backup?
I'd assume you're left with gaps in your backup history. That could be risky for data recovery, right?
Totally. And if orphan backups are an issue too, that just adds another layer of potential confusion.
Yeah, it mentions cleaning up orphans, but how comprehensive is that cleanup feature? Is it enough to recover?
Cleanup is essential, but depends on user vigilance. The tool can't always know when something's orphaned without user input.
So it's super important for users to fully understand the process to avoid accidental loss.
Exactly. The more I dig into this, the more I realize there are many spots where a user could misstep.
But restoring seems fairly straightforward. You just need your age identity file. How does that work?
The use of the age identity file does add a layer of security. But how does one recover if they misplace that file?
Good question. Losing that file could lock you out of everything. It's a double-edged sword for security.
Right, and although it doesn't modify ZFS datasets directly and uses snapshots, there's still a risk during the operations.
Absolutely. I mean, creating and holding snapshots, while sounds cool, is still complex for everyday users.
And let's not forget any command line errors. A typo could wreak havoc on backup systems. Real users might panic.
This all points to a key takeaway. While zfsbackrest has promising features, it requires a knowledgeable user base.
Exactly. It's a powerful tool, but with limitations that need addressing. It's fascinating, but I'm skeptical.
But here's the intriguing part, the potential for encrypted backups in other storage models. What if this leads to similar tools?
Interesting thought. If so, would those tools also gather that same level of complexity? Or would they streamline the process?
Exactly, it could go either way. But what's clear is there's a high learning curve here. It's not plug and play.
And that could deter casual users. So, the community's knowledge base will be key to its adoption.
Totally, they could build manuals or tutorials to help ease new users into the complexities.
That makes sense. It's fascinating to see how the community shapes this tech, much like with open source projects.
For sure, this whole thing is an experiment in how innovative ideas can clash with user accessibility.
It's an intersection of security, complexity, and user demand. Lots to think about.
Absolutely, and while zfsbackrest is a fascinating concept, I still wonder if the trade-offs are worth it for average users.
Exactly. Balancing the security benefits with usability will dictate its long-term success.
Well, I can't wait to see if this concept evolves. It feels like we're just scratching the surface.
Definitely. Who knew backup tools could spark such deep conversations about technology?
Right? It's a reminder that even seemingly niche topics have broad implications.
So true. I think it's discussions like these that can inspire new innovations down the line.